think it's time to try a home-crafted brew.
Yeah, let's do that. Now, it's worth noting that we're only into episode 3 and we're still putting the call out there for you guys at home to send us some of your beer to taste. And it's great that some of you are starting to get in touch with us already. So we are expecting to get some viewers' home-crafted beer to taste, hopefully for the next episode, Jono.
Indeed, yeah, that'd be great.
But for this episode, last week we tasted one of mine.
Little Brown Mouse.
And I think this week we should go back to you, Jono.
Okay, we'll go back to me, yeah.
What have you got for us?
Well, I've got for you, Paul, a bottle of Jono's Artisan Ale.
Oh.
Bladnoch Brownie.
That's a good one, viewers. I've tasted this one before.
I'll show it to the camera. Bladnoch Brownie is based on a brown IPA, a brown ale, a traditional brown ale you might say, but I've tried to combine that with elements of an IPA so it's got more zest to it than that.
Okay.
It's
I mean, traditionally IPAs are quite bitter, and that was so that they could
travel the
travel the kind of travel the world.
Indeed.
So would you say it's a bitter beer, Jono?
I think it's quite bitter, but I also think it's got very pleasant fruity aftertones to it. It's made using pale malt and black malt only.
Okay.
And it contains.
And I guess that's a tiny percentage of black malt, is it?
Yeah, it's there's about 30 grams of black malt in to a batch of for 25 litres.
4.5 kilos.
Yeah.
That's tiny, isn't it? Tiny.
Indeed, tiny amount, but it just tips it over into that slightly bitter, chocolatey.
So it's an IPA with 30 grams of black malt. That's really interesting. I hadn't appreciated that.
Indeed.
So where did you get that idea for that recipe from?
Basically, just experimentation. One of my favourite, back home in Yorkshire, when I used to live in Yorkshire, one of my favourite beers, and in fact, favourite beer of my wife, was Timothy Taylor's Landlord.
Right, okay.
So I basically messed about and I tried to get something similar to that.
Yep, okay.
Basically just by trial and error.
Okay.
And in fact, it's been up against Timothy Taylor's Landlord in taste trials, blind taste.
Has it really?
It has.
And has it come out top?
It's always come out top.
Oh,
indeed.
Interesting. It's the Pepsi Cola of the brewing
world. It is indeed, and it's got Styrian Goldings and Fuggles in it. But then I post-boil hop it with Styrian Goldings as well.
Right, okay.
Just to give it a bit more hop kick.
Okay. Good.
So there you go. Shall we try it?
Let's do it. Let's see if we get a tss. So before you do it, how long's it been in the bottle, John?
Oh, it's been in the bottle at least 10 weeks.
Oh, it's only 10 weeks. Right, good, okay.
This one.
So it should have conditions.
It should.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
You can see the CO2 coming.
Yeah, absolutely can. Brilliant. Okay.
So, here we go.
Let's get pouring. Oh, that's beautiful, Jono. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. For a home crafted beer, that is exceptional.
So, again, the CO2 break that I'm trying to get here.
Now, I was just going to say, is that lighter than previous batches of Bladnoch Brownie?
Well, it could well be, but I think that's because of it. You get inconsistencies with batches there, because I always use black malt in it, not chocolate malt. And sometimes it actually does look darker than other times. And I think that's just down to...
based on the particular roast.
Exactly, perhaps. And how long it's been left roasting, and sometimes it comes out blacker than others. But that is the beauty of making your own beer, because even though you've... this recipe always comes out exactly the same ABV, the same original gravity, the same final gravity, but yet it does look slightly different in colour every time.
I'm just going to hold this up to camera, John, if that's okay. Looks great. Beautiful head.
There's a very floral scent to it, I always think. You don't tend to get that floral scent, I think, when it's out of the keg either. More when it's been in the bottle. It's
really interesting, isn't it, the difference between kegged beer and bottled beer. Bottled beer really does develop much better condition.
It does.
Quite interesting that Little Brown Mouse we had last week of mine. out the keg. There's still a little bit left in the keg, and it's still pretty good out the keg.
It is. Will be.
But in the format we delivered it last week, it wasn't quite so great.
Yes, there's a floral smell there and a little bit of a...
It's quite a delicate flora, or aroma rather. And I think in terms of the beers we've... yeah, it's a very delicate smell. Yeah, let's get in there. Oh, it's definitely got a floral taste, I would say, hasn't it?
There's a slight biscuity note at the beginning, a little bit nutty.
I'm thinking of flower meadows and butterflies, which is strange because I wouldn't say it was a summer ale, but there's definitely...
It is. It's nice. It does give that. It's one that you could drink on a nice, a nice summer's day.
This has been a really great beer, Jono. Thanks very much. I've really enjoyed tasting that and drinking that. And I think what I would say to you guys at home is, could you please subscribe to the channel, look us up on our Facebook page as well at Beer Reactions, and do get in touch if you want to send us some beer of your own to try. And as we said earlier, we're quite hopeful that we'll have some homebrew or home crafted beer from you guys at home to try in the episodes
coming up. Indeed.
Great. Okay.
Slange.